questions. I wanted to start with getting to know you, number one. Why the combination of dance and Pilates?
Okay, excellent question. Thank you. I'm a classically trained ballerina, and I laid down my career to have a family. I had 5 kids in 8 years, and was very busy being a mom. Thank you. I couldn't be more thankful for my kids. I wasn't thinking at all about really ballet much anymore until I found myself about 40 pounds overweight with 5 kids, and I decided I didn't feel like a ballerina. I didn't even think about those days, but I decided to go back to Pilates, which is what I used when I was in ballet for repairing my injuries. And it worked so well in my dance career, but it also really worked well to train and get my body back in shape when I wanted it. I didn't even realize it at the time. I just got lucky and landed a Pilates class. It was actually at Generations Health Club. Okay. And they were amazing to really foster and encourage me with Pilates, and said, you've got a background, you know about it, why don't you consider getting some certifications here and start teaching? Oh, very cool. So if it wasn't for Generations Health Club up in Grass Valley, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Very cool. And were you born and raised in the Newcastle area?
No, I'm actually from the Bay Area.
Okay.
So I grew up in Walnut Creek, and I lived out there, and my family and I moved up here in 2006.
Oh, okay. Very cool. When did you start your ballet career? How long has this journey been for you?
That's quite an interesting little story that I love to share. My mom took me to the Nutcracker when I was, I think, about 2. And I'll never, ever forget. We went to the nosebleed seat way up high in the balcony, and the usher was so kind, he said that I could dance around the back of the balcony if I wanted to. So then when the music was on, my mom says I was dancing before I was walking. I pulled myself up on the couch and started moving to the TV music, you know. So I was doing this and doing that, and I fell in love with it then. I remember my mom, after the ballet, she said, what did you think? And I said, that's what I want to do. And she stopped and looked at me, and she said, you know, it takes a lot of work, a lot of work. I said, I will do whatever it takes to get there. And it's a long story. The process is in a book I'm writing, actually, called Better Abs While You Sleep, plus a few other benefits.
That's cute.
But my mom was one of the biggest promoters of encouraging me with positivity. That's why my training is so different. That's why people get results. I don't do well with someone yelling in my face and saying it's not good enough and you look fat and you look bad today. I do much better when somebody looks at me and says, all right, what are our goals? Let's reach them together. You can do whatever you want. Now let's go, and let me encourage you with this, and try this. That works good. Good job. That kind of motivation, and when somebody is real with me and says, yeah, I see what you're talking about. You want to work on that section? Sure, no problem. And here's a good way to do it. I'm inspired. I can do almost anything. So people can do almost anything that they want to. It's just a matter of finding the right opportunity. That was a big answer to your question about ballet.
I love it. Where did you get certified to be a fitness instructor?
I was certified with International Sports and Science Association.
Okay.
I did all those years of ballet growing up, and I danced with Contra Costa Ballet Center. They are wonderful people. I didn't start really in ballet until I was about 12. So as much as I really wanted that when I was young, there were a few hindrances along the way in the book as well. A car accident, a couple of moves, a couple of what anyone else could have in their life. We all have stories to tell. But it didn't really begin until I was about 12, but it took off fast because it was all from here. And by the time I was 18, I performed Sugar Plum Fairy lead roles for Contra Costa Ballet.
And it has to do end up in the Nutcracker.
And I really, really loved it. I was contemplating American Ballet Theater in New York or Juilliard. I got scholarships to UC Irvine, so I went there. And then, like I told you earlier, I got married and had kids because I really knew I wanted a family. And you don't see a lot of pregnant ballerinas walking around. It's difficult to manage both worlds.
Definitely. When did you open your studio?
This studio just opened.
Yay!
And it all really happened so fast. I have been teaching in this area and in this community for about 10 years now. I absolutely love it. Like I said, I started up in Grass Valley, an overweight, kind of depressed person, and found my hope on the inside and the outside healing together. It worked so well for me that I decided I wanted to get those certifications and start doing it. So I began to teach at different places in the community. There's a kind of a non-competitive clause usually, but there's so many gracious people in our town and in this area in Placer County that say and believe, as I do, if I want you, Noelle, to be a better journalist, I will encourage and I have an opportunity, I'm going to tell you about it. And you, in doing that, it's a way to be a community.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do for your sister or a friend. So why not do that for each other? Placer County is really good at that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have hopped around from gym to health club to studio, teaching some of the local ballet studios, some of the local yoga studios, down to Crunch Fitness in Rockland, Auburn Yoga and Fitness. I worked there for 7 years. She never said, oh, because you work here, you can't work anywhere else. I've taught all the way down to the Health and Wellness Center down in Roseville because of that gracious spirit person, community.
Wanting to see you succeed, encouraging you in the path. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So it's a ballet studio and a Pilates studio?
Exactly.
Do you teach anything else?
Yeah, it's actually quite a few things. Through the years, I used to do Zumba and had a lot of fun with that. It was very fun. I ended up learning a lot about salsa from Mike Del Campo Dance Studios down in Sacramento.
Oh yeah.
So I performed with Salsa Riquísima with his professional dance team, but we went around and did that. Plus, I just had a lot of fun with those people in that community.
Mm-hmm.
I'm inviting him to come up here to guest teach as well. He and I partner dance together so we can teach that in salsa in this community, which people have a lot of fun with the salsa. And then, yes.
Who does?
Oh yeah, it's a great social, it's a very respectful, authentic, real kind of, it's really, really, it brings a lot of joy and festivity to people in a healthy way. I love it. Ballet, Pilates, personal training. I've had a lot of success that at first I thought was just lucky. But the stuff, the root of what ballet dancers teach that helps us to remember to sit tall and kind of starts coming naturally is the foundation of Pilates, which is the kind of morphed method that I've created with Enlighten that works, and it works really well for men, not just the women. And a lot of men have been surprised.
Wow.
The results have been phenomenal. A gentleman in the community trained to become a sheriff locally, he came in at 32% body fat, and he left at 17%. He said his goal was 17%. And I said, he goes, how long will it take me to get there? And I said, give me a year. He goes, okay, do what I tell you, no problem. 3 times a week we met. We didn't have to alter his diet too much. It naturally happens when people start to use this kind of training.
Wow.
It's really awesome. And he got his goal in 6 months. So then I said, you know what, Kevin, you don't need me. And he goes, actually, can I keep going? And I said, you bet. What do you want to reach for? He goes, 12%. All right. And then 1 year he left, and I said, fly, Kevin, fly. I was so proud of him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this works. I don't know how. I just know it works, and I really, really want to take it to as many people as I can because I want this world to become a better place.
Yeah. Well, it's, nice that you have the physical aspect of it, but there's also the mental encouragement that I think is that extra push that people need. So,
Thank you.
definitely. And you mentioned genders, which is great. If you're not just women-based,
Right.
it's great for men as well.
Yes.
What about age ranges?
Great questions. Excellent questions. And back to the men and women, age range is really, I've worked with kids as young as 3 and 4 with creative dance. Fostering any little life, even just a baby, looking at them and their soul and just seeing them for who they are. People are amazing. We are amazing creatures. And any of us, can really do whatever we choose to put our mind to. So, any age. The oldest woman I remember teaching, she was my daughter called her cool grandma, cool TV grandma, because she was just this cool lady. Mary is her name. Mary, you know, I'm talking about you. I think she was approaching, I want to say she's in her 80s. So my grandma died at the age of 94, and she was one of the most flexible people inside and out. Like we talked about, sometimes they do go hand in hand. But yes, men benefit, women benefit, and children as well. It's really all about remembering that we're like these trees. We're living creatures. And if the trees reach up for the sun and get good water and reach up like this, shouldn't we once in a while? We tend to forget and get down in our... So it's for all ages, all people, and the men have especially said, this is what I needed more than anything. You don't often sit down and stretch. Women are a little bit better at that, I think, sometimes, because we think it's cool to go to yoga.
Yeah.
But those guys, they need it even more than they even realize. Once they get step in here and try it, they're blown away.
Oh, it's definitely true. And yes, I think the media and everything has made it very trendy for women. We have these cute shirts, and yoga pants are totally a thing now.
Right.
That are really acceptable to wear all the time. Athleisure is now like clothing.
Yes.
You know, you could go to the grocery store
trendy.
and look like you went to the gym. And stretch and all that stuff. So,
And it's a misconception that people have to be flexible to do this. It's actually, I've worked with some of the least flexible people that can barely reach over and grab onto their knees. Well, they need it all the more. And what happens is, and that was me, this was me back in 2006 when I first went to that studio, 40 pounds overweight. Now I'm back to my ballet skirt, can't believe it. But I was bending over and I thought, wow, I really want to do something about my body because I'm just hurting inside and out. And I don't like how heavy I am. But I started little by little. And after a year of that, I was, oh my goodness, I'm doing what I used to do when I was 18. So like, it really is about just being, I think it's just about not giving up. None of us should ever have a reason to go, I'm going to lay down and die now. No one should.
Let's see. You do a lot of different classes between dance and Pilates. How do you manage all of the classes? Are you the only teacher at your studio? Are you here all day? What's your schedule like?
No, you seriously have great questions. I was wondering what you'd asked today, and I love it. No, it's fabulous. So I mentioned salsa, with the Pilates, the ballet, the personal training, that I am able to get people fit as well, not just losing the weight, but fit with musculature and strength, but in a way that comes easy. But on top of that, I also used to teach hip-hop to the kids, and they love that.
Yes.
Well, my husband is one of the most humble people I know, and he's actually going to be assisting me and teaching. He's got some serious raw talent. So what he can bring to the table in our hip-hop class we're going to team teach is phenomenal. He was a gymnast in France. He was in competitions and was extremely good. His father teaches self-defense in France, and he's the 7th Dan level, which is... Guillaume himself is really good at that as well, so self-defense will also be taught here.
Wow.
He did teach that young man named Kevin that I was telling you about that lost that body fat percentage. He worked with him as well, and he taught him effective principles, not how to... He's one of the most gentle people I know. Never to hurt a person, but to protect self in a situation where I know as women, and men too, it's a very, very useful tool to have. So he'll be teaching here as well.
It's great that you guys have similar passions and can work together.
Yeah, definitely.
Not a lot of relationships can do that.
Yeah, we actually met working together, and we have worked together through the years, and we, for the better part of 2 years, have been so together because of the adaptation of the culture and him being here, that I would never have made it with any other person, but we do get along so well, and I'm super excited he's my partner in business and life.
Yeah. And you're doing this show, so you're just busy all the time.
It's okay. I like it that way.
Exactly. Let's see. This is my last question, actually. How do you differ from the other Pilates studios in the area?
I thought you were going to say, how do I differ? I remember we talked about before we went on air how I'm just so freaking different.
Well, I love that too. You can answer both questions.
Okay, good. I really, I know I'm unique, and I know everyone's unique. I'm not the only unique one. In fact, we're all unique. But we all think that we're the only ones that are so unique. And really, we're all so unique, and rejoicing and finding each other's uniqueness is what makes life so sweet. I remember my mom, one time I was baking some food, and I said, oh, the pie crust turned out ugly. She goes, oh, then it'll taste even better. It's true.
It is
and
true.
The weird cookies on the plate, they do taste better. There's something about finding, the same that gets kind of rote and boring. Mm-hmm. But when you find something new and rejoice in it and explore it and study it, that's what makes life exciting. So I'm different because I look at things just from my weird, wacky perspective and I speak it. And raw and natural and real, I will tell a person right to their face if they ask me what I think that they should work on, I will let them know. But without judgment, with 100% love, that's my passion, that's my religion, that's my theme, to treat every single person the way I want to be treated. And so that's what makes me different. My motivation to push people is what I would want for me, to be inspired, to be encouraged, to find the best and focus on it. And people can tease and joke about the positive thinkers and the positivity and the Pollyannas of the world. They can tease, and they can, that's fine. But it's not just about pretending to be positive and then going home and then kicking my dog. It's about truly living and believing what I want me to be and what I want other people to be and fostering that in each other. And when we do that, we become limitless. And it's one of my favorite movies. But we don't need some drug or chemical or pill or addiction or something to make us, or to lose weight. It's really all about here.
Mind over matter. It's so powerful what your mind is capable of doing.
Exactly. That.
Well, just sitting next to you, I can tell that every word you speak is beautiful. You're beautiful. Your studio's beautiful.
Thank you. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I have this chance. I only dreamed about it. And you know what? For anyone who's watching, and if this airs forever later, no matter what your dream is, no matter what it is, no matter how wacky it seems or you think, sometimes you think, that's probably not going to happen. Wait, why would you do that to yourself? Don't say that's probably not going to happen. It's in there, a little seed, for a reason. So think about it. And what can you do with that little seed? I thought that about the studio. I thought, I'd really love to take my teaching and get it out into this community as much as I possibly can. Hopping around from studio to studio has been fun. Don't get me wrong, I've met a lot of nice people. But I really have a passion to help this place, this world that we live in, not only just be a part of it, but actually help people and prosper us together. We all have a ripple effect. Mm-hmm. So here I am. Never give up on your dreams is my point.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this published. So.
Me too. Any other questions? Are we?
Nope, that's it. But if anyone wants to read the article, I'll just say that it's going in the Auburn Journal this coming Friday. So everyone check out the Newcastle page. Runs every third Friday, I believe, in the Auburn Journal. Varies depending on the month. So check it out.
And do me a favor, say that again to this camera.
Sure.
The Auburn, it's going to run
sure. The fourth? Okay, thanks, Jeanette. And in case anyone wants to check out the article, it's going to run on Friday, February 24th, in the Auburn Journal in our Newcastle page. Runs every fourth Friday of the month, so you can continuously check out what's going on in Newcastle.
Yay!